been this old before. I ain't been this grown before. I ain't never seen this before. Dear Lord, have grace on me. It's my first time out. Never been this old before. Never seen this road before. I don't know about this no more. Dear Lord, have grace on me. It's my first time out.
Do a little bit, but the file might be corrupt.
It's upside down.
Yeah, you have to do that to film in the car. Hey!
Hey!
Wow, so profesh. The exposure is crazy on this though. Hold on. Wow! Look. Oh, isn't that so cool?
That is, I like it.
We're trying out, I don't know if you can see, I'll take a video. You keep going. We're trying out a new camera stand for my camera. Oh, that's a photo of me. I have a story.
You go first, because I don't really know.
Okay, so this is another work story. I do closing, like, by myself, the days that I have a closing shift. Obviously, I have another coworker to help for a little bit, but then they leave, like, an hour and a half before we actually close. Anyway, so it's time to mop the outside and just do all the cleaning out there, kind of close everything down. And these 3 guys are just sitting in the area that I have to clean and close before I can leave. And they're just kind of having this really deep conversation about, like, God and religion and just all these different things about the Bible. Like, that's fine. But there's a minor trying to clean so they can actually leave on time and get home. I'm kind of hinting at them to, like, move. I'm, like, sweeping around them. And I never usually do that. Like, I just let them leave when they need to leave because usually they're only there for a little bit. But they're there for, like, 30 minutes. And I'm just trying to, like, close. And I can't do anything else until I do this. So I'm just like, I'm going to have to stay overtime if they don't move. And it gets to the point where I'm, like, moving all the chairs out. And they're, like, making eye contact with me. And they keep just talking about, like, do you really believe that this happened in the Bible? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, let me leave. He like scooted out of the way of his chair. He moved his chair so I could mop there. He goes, oh, sorry. But I'm just like, no, just get out of the chair and leave.
I hate people.
Get the fuck out.
And mop where your seat was. I still have to mop where you are in general. Working a closing shift is a lot of just standing around and being like, waiting for the next customer, you know? And so I'm standing there, and then this guy comes up, and I'm like, hi, how are you? And he's like, not looking at me, and he's going, you're me. And he's going, so, I have this coffee here. And I go, okay, and I can see it's a coffee from a different coffee shop. Like, it's not from our shop. And I'm like, okay. And I'm expecting him to be like, are you able to, like, fix it and I'll pay the difference? Because we get that a lot. Like, people, like, buy things from Starbucks and be like, this is so bad. Can you just, like, add a bit more milk? Can you add some more syrup? Can you do something and I'll pay the difference? We get that a lot. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, sure, he's going to do that. And he goes, I forgot that the door closes after a certain amount of time. Hold on. Goodbye!
Bye. Hello!
Whoa, that was actually good.
Oh my
That was actually, I hit
God.
that note, bro. Yeah, so he goes, I have this coffee here. And I'm just using my customer service, like, attitude. I'm just going, yep.
All right.
Yep.
And then can I...
He goes, if I finish this really quickly, can I get a free coffee? And I go, yep. Because I'm not understanding what he's saying. I wasn't processing. Because I was just I was just like, customer service, you know. Sometimes you just say yeah. And he goes, really? And I go, wait, sorry, what was your question? And he goes, if I finish this really quickly, can I get a free coffee? And I said, oh, unfortunately, I don't think I can give you a free coffee. I don't think it's not even from our store. And he goes, yeah. Right, okay. And then he ran off. He, like, ran. I'm not even kidding. He, like, sprinted out of the store. And it wasn't like a teenager or, like, a young adult guy being, like, dared by his friends. It was a grown man.
Oh my god.
And I was like, why would I give you a free coffee that's not even from our coffee shop? It was like he was like,
Trying to impress
do you double dog dare me to drink this really fast and then you give me a free coffee?
Bruh. I don't even know. This story is like old, but it's still fun. I was folding the tables, like the clothing tables, in men's.
Yep.
And I was standing on a stool because, like, obviously I'm tall enough to reach the top, but sometimes I just like standing on a stool to make me, like, more tall so I can fold properly.
Yep.
And so I was folding them, standing on the chair. He comes over, and he's like, oh, like,
Hey, beautiful.
hey, beautiful. And I was like, hey. And he was like, you're very pretty, blah, blah, blah. And
You were like 15 at the time, weren't you?
not even, probably
14.
14. And I was like, thanks. Like, I still have my baby face braces. Baby face braces combo.
Baby face
Folding-
brace. That made me. I said, like, what?
Just looking around for us.
You stuttered. Okay, go. I grinned myself out. Just go.
So,
Just vote. Just vote.
just vote, just vote.
Just read.
I know I'm gonna be out, so just vote.
I was folding, and then he comes up and says that, and I was like, okay. Then he walks away, and I'm like, phew, he's gone. Comes back with his little gang. There's like 2 men, and then
With the man down. Just keep going. Just keep going.
and I'm standing there folding these frigging shirts forever because it was bad. And then this guy like starts slowly creeping up. I can see him. He's like walking and smiling at me like this, walking up to me. And I was like, huh? And then I see him turn to his friend, whispered something. His friend like cuts the corner behind me and comes around the other side. And I was like, I'm gonna get dragged into the car park. Like, what am I gonna do?
Uber driving.
And they're like just staring at me, and then they disappeared. And they come back again and walk past me and say, you're very pretty, you're very pretty. And I was like, you already said that. Like, I get it.
Zebra. Hold on. Crazy.
Where's that gonna come from? And they started walking past, like, they walked past me about like 4 or 5 times. And I was like, I'm just gonna keep folding and keep ignoring them. All of a sudden, one of them appears in front of me. But like behind, he was pretending to look at socks. He was looking at the socks, and then he would go like, and I'm like, you're freaking me out. Is that me? Maybe my mum for Sheen.
Your mom. Your mom.
He like nods to someone behind me, and then I look behind me, and this
Wait,
guy,
I
he
didn't
was like,
hear that.
well, he like nodded. He was like as in like either
Like,
as in
get
like
her.
a hello, or either like a hey, or either like a how's your chance.
Oh my god.
And I was like, so I didn't even look
Did you-
behind me. I didn't even look. I just got off the stand, and I just like
you were on a stand.
on my little step stool, which would have been crazy.
So
What if
he
he
would've-
grabbed
he would've
me
just
but
snapped
from
you.
behind? Yeah. But I like jumped off, and I didn't run. I just
Can you
pretended.
imagine your little uniform with your little, your little fanny pack bag that you have? And
I had my headset on, everything. I just hightailed it to the checkouts, and I stood behind
were
the
you like,
checkouts.
there's a man following me?
I was talking to her, and I was like, there's these really creepy guys that are following me, and I explained the whole story. And then she was like, she's lesbian, so I felt safe. And she was like, I'll sort it out. And she said over ears, she was like, there has been some old men, 3
Old
men. She was like, there was 3 old men following Charlotte in the men's section, giving her terrible remarks to her face.
Terrible.
And I was like, what the f*** is a terrible remark? I was like, bro, he called me pretty, that's all.
Terrible remarks. Called her ugly.
And then the manager was like, come into my office, Charlotte. And I was so scared that I was going to get
You
in
guys in an
trouble.
office there?
I was up to and I went.
So the door closed and my battery died. Biggest story.
What was I up to?
Up to terrible remarks. Come
Yes.
to my office.
And she was like asking me if I felt attacked, and I was like, well, obviously.
Because they have to do an incident report, don't
Yeah. She had to like write all this stuff down. And then that was like, I was standing behind the checkouts, and I had to stand up because I wasn't like,
they? Were you hiding?
I hit it first, but I wasn't like sitting on the floor, like I was just behind the
Yeah.
cash thing. And so I walked out, and then the guy was like, thank you very much for your help. Didn't even ask me a question. I didn't help you, mate. And I was like, that's okay, have a good day. And then my manager was like, come into my office, because she watched that happen. And she was like, Nor check his receipt just in case. Because sometimes people do that to, like...
Distract.
Yeah. Actually, I have another
Shoplifting
story.
at such an early age. Oh, no, it is.
Shoplifting? Gia! Disgrace! Gone bad at such an early age? Where's your mom?
Wait till I tell you what you did.
Every time I see that, I just picture you saying it.
I've said it one time.
I was talking to my good friend, my pal Jordan, in the middle, and we were talking... We were just chatting. And then...
I have nothing.
I have nothing! And I was doing my returns, and then on the way to my returns, like my cage, this alarm goes off, and I was like, what? And at the start of the night, there was this lady that had this trolley full of...
Pause. Explain what a cage is.
Oh, it's like a big trolley, but like it's square, basically.
So they put like the things that are in the wrong place or like
Yeah.
return.
At the start of the night, there was this lady going around. She'd been there for like since the start of the shift. She had trolley full of stuff. She was just walking, and she seemed fine. Like she looked dodgy, but like not extremely. Like she looked less dodgy than our regulars. She like had her whole trolley with her, and then all of a sudden I'm walking to my cage and I hear this massive alarm.
Like a fire alarm?
Yeah, she went through the fire exit and she got away, and she stole a whole trolley of stuff.
You should tell the Easter egg story.
Oh yeah. Okay, there was like 4 people. Who is
your
blowing up my
mom is
phone? During like, it's not even Easter time. It's probably
It's right before Easter.
yeah.
Like 2 weeks before Easter.
Yeah. I see at the start of my shift these 4 dodgy people walking around.
Mind you, all Kmart people have in-ears.
Yeah. If you think you look dodgy and you go in, we'd probably say look out for these people. Like I do it on the daily. This lady was walking around with a full trolley of Easter eggs. She had like bunnies, eggs, everything. Almost sold us out of our Easter products. She comes to pay, and I walk to the checkouts because I say to the person, make her go through me, because if she tries to put it through herself, she's not going to pay. So she was like, oh, okay. I said, oh, I can serve you just because there's a lot. And she was like, oh, thanks. Like, okay.
Okay.
And then my manager gets there and she was like, do you want me to go and get a trolley for you so you can just like scan them and put them in the new trolley? And she was like, I'll get it. I'll get the trolley. I'll get the trolley. I was like, okay. And then she starts running to get a trolley and I was like, she's not going to turn back. She ran straight through the doors, obviously, because she was going to steal. And I was like,
When you
gotcha.
say ran, is she sprinting?
Yeah. Like fully like...
I imagine she had flip-flops. Did she have flip-flops on?
Well, it was loud, so probably. So I just kept scanning the things because we have to scan everything to see how much money she would have stolen to like put in the incident report.
We have tried to talk separately, but we're not ourselves. It's not us.
And so I'm scanning it. It gets to like $300 worth of Easter egg chocolate. Who needs that much? Like, I get if you're trying to like steal for your kids so that they can have an Easter. They don't need
$300 worth.
6 bunnies each with like, ugh. And I was like, hold on, that was only one of the 4. Where's the other 3 dodgy people gone? So there's these 2 men. They meet up in kids' clothing, start talking to each other, then break off. They left one of the trolleys there. So one of my friends stole the trolley before they could get back, and we put it behind, and he's like looking around for it, and then he just gives up and walks out. The 4th, with his friend, and the 4th lady, she tried,
Why is there a whole gang of them trying to get Easter chocolate?
I don't know. But the 4th lady, she tried to go up to the registers, and then she left her trolley there because she realised her whole gang was gone, and she ran away as well. That whole trolley, I scanned it because it was in the same purchase, like in the same stealing scheme. I was like, there was like duffel bags in it. I was like, open the duffel bags, and the lady was like, who was working on Scots, like, okay, because she'd never been there for like someone stealing before, and I said, I bet that. I bet $100 that there's going to be Everlast products in there. She opens it, full to the top with Everlast, like, clothing with, like, big tags on them because they
So did you get your $100?
I was joking. She's not going to give me $100. And I was like, I bet you. And she was like, oh my God, you're right.
Oh my God, you're right.
$1,300 worth of merchandise that was going to... Oh my God. And I was like, bro.
Gluttonous.
Yes.
Greedy.
Like, if I saw you trying to steal too, I wouldn't have said anything. You had a whole trolley.
Yeah, it's like if you saw, like, a parent, like, stealing, like, diapers. Yeah.
Because
Like, if they
obviously
were
they
trying to
needed
steal,
it.
like, 10 packs of diapers, maybe say something.
Yeah, but it was like a small
pack
pack, and it was like undies and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, they need it.
Yeah.
Oh, breaks my heart.
Oh, hello, Papa.